Okay. I'm like, get prettier.
Hi guys, it's BB.
What? Did I scare you? I didn't realize you started a one.
You're fine. Hi guys, it's BB. Welcome back to my channel, my beautiful monarch butterflies. I hope that all of you are having a lovely, lovely day. If y'all don't already know who this is, we used to come out in videos all the time, but this is Amanda. She's been my long friend since, I want to say 2011?
Yeah, 2011.
Or 12. And she's now my sister-in-law. I mentioned her a couple of times on my channel, but I don't think y'all have physically seen her. Unless it's y'all go back to the old cringy videos, which please don't do that because you would just be hurting yourself. So today's video we're going to be doing the hashtag, it's open collab for hashtag Tea Tuesday, which is hosted by Life with Patty and Kathy's Favorite Things. Unfortunately, we don't have any tea right now, and my little brother has made a run to the store to go get us something delicious that she says she will conjure up for us. Conjure up. So for now, we're just going to be drinking some water in my beat up cup. And look at her cup. It's so cute, by the way.
Yeah, gamer tag on it.
I love it. So today's video is going to be so super random. I know it's not the usual content. What do you keep doing?
Because I put my mouth in the wrong spot.
Listen, we're nervous. We're a little nervous because, by the way, guys, if y'all are into, real true crime kind of stuff, she's debating whether or not she should start a channel, and I'm thinking that she totally should, and I think she'd be awesome at it. Yeah, I want to encourage her to go ahead and do it because I think she'd do an awesome job. If you're not into spooky stuff, then I would suggest that you click off and watch any other of my videos that are probably listed down below. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So not too long ago, I took you guys to a thrift shop that I recently discovered, and when I discovered it, I had to tell her because it was one of those excitements that I couldn't hold in, and when I was in there the whole time, I was hyperventilating because I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much good stuff here. I'm even in my head going back to that place where I was like, I have to call her. So I was Marco Poloing her, and I was blowing her up, and I was like, it's like heaven in here. And then there was a portion of that thrift shop that was more towards the back that they had weaves and stuff. And of course weaves are creepy on their own, and so are dolls, right? But I took you out to that thrift shop, and it was called Gems and Junk, or Junique. I don't know, I've seen it on social media spelled all kinds of different ways. I'm gonna call it Gems and Junk because I think it's more fitting. But after I discovered it a couple of weeks later, or maybe a month later, she had hit me up that on their YouTube channel, they had posted that they were here in Lovington, New Mexico. They had done some paranormal investigation at that thrift shop. Really excited, and I was like, oh my gosh!
As soon as I recognized them,
yes, she's got it spot on. She's like, oh my gosh, we just went there. We were just there. And then the crazy thing about it is I had filmed different spots of the thrift shop for you guys because I love to walk you through places like that, whether that be other thrift shops that I've taken y'all to. I do that multiple times. So if you're really into that, then you can find that a lot on my channel. But anyways, they posted it on Facebook. I unfortunately do not have Facebook, but she was able to watch the live.
It was really well. They did 2 days worth of investigation, or 2 nights.
2 days, dude, and we were there. I took y'all there. Isn't that exciting? But anyways, crazy is that we will be talking about certain points of the thrift shop that we both encountered, and we're like, oh my gosh, we have that on film. So anyways, fun facts about Lovington, New Mexico, which there's not a lot that goes on here. We don't make a lot out of ourselves here. It is what it is.
I like it.
Small town. So the population is 11,500.
11,009. Well, as of the last census.
Bernie's back. Our drinks are here. I'm gonna be trying a new drink called Paloma. So yeah. And then
it's pretty good.
Okay. Is it gonna ease my nerves?
I should. It's tequila.
Who doesn't love tequila? Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and take a break now that y'all know a little bit about Lovington as far as the population, and then, yeah. So we'll be right back. And we are back, and we have our delicious drink. Y'all can't really see it. Cheers. This is called Paloma. Yeah. So cheers to you, Bernie. You're the man. Oh, do y'all want to see my little brother? Y'all want to see my little brother? Come here. Come here, mijo. Come here.
He's gonna make us look good first.
This is my twin.
My hubby.
No, I'm just kidding. He's not my twin, but literally, if I was a man, this would be me. and I would have a lot better hair. Better hair. Hang on. Get down. Get down. Yeah. We look alike.
I married my best friend.
Male version. Okay, so I'm gonna take another sip because the nerves are getting to me.
Yeah, so I'm taking another sip too.
Hey, that is pretty good. It tastes like a Topo Chico on
They're usually
steroids.
better. I feel like I should have put more lemon or salt. It's off.
Start hyperventilating.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
All right, let's get into
It's
it.
usually better though.
So, I forgot to mention who the paranormal investigators were. So, they do have a Facebook page, they have a shop, they have a YouTube. Be sure and check them out because I think it's really awesome that they're going around New Mexico and doing their investigation. So, be sure to follow them. They are New Mexico Paranormal Investigators Incorporated on YouTube. I'll be sure and linking them down below as well as their platforms and any other information that she could probably send to me since I don't have social media.
They are out of Carlsbad, but they do like
That's right.
Lovington, Hobbs.
That's right. I forgot to mention that. So it was founded by Travis, Damien, and Jared, I believe. And then the team investigators are Brian, Stephanie, Lisa, Crystal, and Lacey. And then their team sidekick is Stephanie, which I thought was kind of cool to have someone like tag along that can do that kind of stuff. And then also the fun facts about Lovington, as if y'all really care. Lovington was primarily a ranching and farming center at the time of its establishment. The city's first store was established in 1908. The discovery of oil at Denton Pool in 1950 led to its rapid development and urbanization. It is the county seat of Lee County, which was established on March 17, 1917. So it's cool to think that the dinosaurs were roaming around this area.
Dinosaurs like Lovington.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of dinosaurs in this area. So I'm like, that's really cool. This is where it was popping, you know? Nothing that we ever talk about dinosaurs, but I just think it's really cool. And then I also wrote down here that the first store was established in 1908 here in Lovington, New Mexico, which I thought was pretty darn cool. Let's go ahead and talk about the thrift shop. Like, where do we start? The interview. Should we?
With the dolls.
Yeah.
They did a few different areas, but one room I think it's like a storeroom where they got a lot of activity because I didn't recognize it, so I think it must have been like somewhere where customers don't go.
Yeah, okay, because that's another thing that a lot of the stuff that we didn't recognize is because this store will literally rearrange itself and it's I don't know what to call it. It's like,
It's where your basket went.
huh?
It's where your basket. I did find that interesting because like you had like put a basket somewhere so you come back for it and then it was gone.
Yes, I have to
It
tell
was
you.
just gone.
Yes. I don't know. I probably featured it. I'll probably put up a picture here somewhere. I had found the cutest little tin, and it was floral and it was cute. But at the time, I was just like, I'll come back for it at another time. But then I just couldn't let it go. I really wanted it, and so I ended up calling my brother, and I was like, "Can you please find this? Here's the picture of it. Go seek it out, and then I'll pay you back for it." Well, he went looking for it. It was gone. It was no longer to be found. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, I get it. Like, maybe somebody bought it or something. But who knows? What if it's still there?
For as fast as he went looking for it, like, it's not like that popular of a store.
I know!
And especially for that specific, like, little thing. I don't know. I mean, who knows? But it is interesting since they said that things move themselves.
Yeah, so tin might still be there. There's still hope.
Maybe one day it'll pop back up.
I have not let it go. Ever since that day, I have not let it go. It's still like, I want it so bad. So anyways, yes, things move around, but in one of the group of dolls that they had interviewed, because they take basically like an obelisk, they also refer to it as like a spirit box, and it like makes a lot of staticky noises, and then some words go through it. I can't make out what they say, but sometimes some people are like really good of making out what they are saying. There was like this little group of dolls, and as they were interviewing one, I'll probably insert the clip here. She sent it to me. They also had this on their Facebook Live, so be sure to check out that video. Yeah, that was pretty trippy. So a lot of the things that like we had like fixated on, it like came full circle, and like, yeah, it looks as if like after they ask the question, and then I think they say, "Is this your favorite doll?"
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Is that doll in the box yours?
'Cause, and then you see the box just bloop, and then you see the box just, and then you see the box just bloop, 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 and then you see the box just blo and it just falls.
And it was like stable. Like you don't see it like scooting down or nothing. It just is like pretty stable, and also just
Yeah, it falls over. And I was
Oh!
And I was like, no. And then she sent me the video. And I was like, ah!
At one point, I don't think I sent you that one. A guy's like sitting there, they basically will like with that obelisk, they'll put on headphones and then a
Travis.
mask.
That was Travis, right?
This one was a different guy.
Oh,
and
okay.
he was actually out of the room when it happened. This dude was in there by himself with the mask and the headphones on.
Somebody took this bottom string that was down here and it went. I felt this.
And all of a sudden, something pulls his mask out and smacks
Shut
him.
up.
Yeah, I forgot. I didn't send you that one.
All right, he had a string fly up at him, so we're gonna review this.
And so basically, he freaks out. He thought, because at first he thought it was one of the team members trying to get his attention, and he pulled off the mask, realized he was alone. That dude was tripping. Like he was not okay.
Moves. Watch it though. It's a weird, like if someone went like this and pulled it. You
So
see
they
it?
actually right away went and reviewed the footage, and they slowed it down, like zoomed in and slowed it down, and you actually see like the tip of the mask go, whoop, and then him react to kind of shake his head.
Where was this
I'll have to find
at?
it. I'll have to find it.
But it's not here in Lovington.
No, that was the same store.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was during the same
Okay,
vibe.
did you get like weird vibes in that back room where the wigs were at? Or no? Were you okay?
I mean, I saw all the dolls, and the dolls did kind of give me like the creeps, but I mean, a lot of them were creepy looking anyway, so
yeah, because some of them are cute, but then there's like ones that are just like the naked one.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I don't think I want to name all of them, but that one's creepy.
We went in, I remember specifically telling her like, oh, like that doll's really creepy. I'm like, look at it, it looks like it's following you with its eyes. But I specifically remember that during the live, he actually picked up that same doll and was like, I'm picking up this one
'Cause it's the
creepiest
creepiest
one here. And he starts carrying it around. And that's when they start getting like a lot of the activities. I'm like, it was kind of crazy. I was like, oh, this is the same doll.
So another one of the things that I wanted to talk about was when they are using the obelisk to like communicate, and obviously like that static is coming through. She said that I personally didn't get to see it, but she saw it on the live.
Still on the live right now, like they're gonna come out with like their stuff like they
Commentary?
missed.
Oh, okay.
Well, like because they'll review all the footage, and so the review will come out, and maybe even stuff they didn't get during the live.
Oh.
And they'll find different stuff, and so they're picking through right now. It usually takes apparently 2 weeks.
Like not a lot of stuff happens here in Lovington, so when something does happen, we're just like, ah! So while they were interviewing the the group of dolls, one of them came through, and it was saying something along the lines of like talking about his wife.
It was
Yeah,
that
she
his
probably
wife
said that.
died at the hospital down the road, and wasn't his fault. Like it was all more junk. The woman with the headphones was hearing it. Died at the hospital down the road, wasn't his fault. It was theirs. And
Brought
something
up
about
medication.
medication.
Yeah, something
As
about
if they had given her too much medication or something like that. Like her
So
dosage.
sad.
Or it was something along those lines.
Wrong medicine.
So they gave her the wrong medicine, and that's how you lost her wife?
I didn't feel like the hospital made me.
And see, I'm a skeptical when it comes to things like this. But then when again, like when the doll got pushed in the box, I was like, And then after I seen it, then I was just like,
The hospital up the road. That's where I lost my wife.
What's the hospital's name?
It was their fault.
and so the same thing happened here where they were talking about like down the street, the hospital down the street, and I was just like, hospital down the street, and I'm thinking like the hospital now is in a different area as it was back probably in the 1950s.
Is that why you're still around? Is unfinished business with the hospital?
So this is all a mistake.
So anyways, they had a hospital, not where it's at currently. So I was like, I'm curious. That's where my search on Google started, and I was like, I want to find out where the hospital was. And so I got a random number in my head, and I was like, 1950s. Let's start there. And then after 1950s popped up, lo and behold, the hospital popped up, and I was like, wow, this building looks oddly familiar. I was like, where have I seen it? So then I started kind of going on Google Maps and then scrolling my way down our streets in Lovington, and that's whenever I went behind Main because there's a street here in Lovington called Main and Washington, and I went down the alleyways because I was like, I feel like it would be behind there. And so the longer I investigated, I was like, I'm not seeing anything that catches my eye. I was like, why not just for giggles, just go through the front of Main in one of the main buildings that they had there. And we had also gone on a corner store thing that, corner store that I think was a coffee shop at one point.
It was like a Main Street cafe, and then they turned it into a thrift store.
There you go. So that's where I started. I'll have footage of that here for you guys. I remember seeing the certain window style that was on the hospital. Okay, so more or less I'll look for something like that. And then there was another building that the New Mexico investigators had also done, which was the Lazy Six. I'll also link that video down below.
Very, very creepy. Very
Yes?
creepy. And they actually didn't think they found anything during that investigation until review, and then it was crazy.
So based off of the windows, I was like, okay, so something around that era of building. And then, what?
She's back there waving.
Aww!
She just walked up in between us.
I'll probably end up zooming in on her. As soon as I Googled turned in Google to look at the buildings, it was right there. It was like the fourth or third building, and I was like, this can't be it. This can't be it. And then the more I zoomed in, I started realizing there was a lot of similarities between the hospital and the building that I was now currently looking at. And so I screenshotted it, and then I sent it to Amanda, and I was like, you have to look at this. Is this the same building? And she goes, how did you find that? And I was just like, Google. And she's like, but the numbers, how do you know what? I was like, I didn't know what year. I was like, I just Googled 1950s. We kept referencing back to the photos, back and forth, zooming in, zooming out, and just comparing the two. And I'll put the picture here so you guys can see it for yourselves. Just seeing that, I was so fascinated by it, and we spent almost a whole hour on the phone just talking about the same building. She was like, you know what, I'm gonna reach out to them and tell them that the doll was referencing that there was, in fact, a hospital down the street from that thrift shop.
Oh, and apparently the thrift shop had actually been storage. Before
Yes.
she bought it, it was storage for the hospital.
Yes.
Because the owner's actually the one that had said that she bought it while it was transitioning, I guess.
Isn't that cool? And so my dad, he also has helped out every now and then, and he did specify that at one point they did use it as a storage. So it was just a lot of confirmation here, back and forth, back and forth. It was just crazy to see that, but the fact that that doll had said it was down the street, and then we're just like, no. Mm-mm. And then it was there! I don't know, I'm still like, what?
No, it was pretty trippy.
It was pretty trippy. So after we went down the rabbit hole of seeing the whole Lovington past and how it was back in the day, I was like, I have to see more. I have to look for more. Unfortunately, Google didn't offer a lot of pictures, but we did find the museum, which once upon a time used to be a commercial hotel. I'll put a picture of that here as well, but obviously there's not a lot of information to go off of, so I'm really sorry. Really, really sorry. And then the bank, creepy. The bank looks creepy.
Yeah.
And the fire station, that looks pretty much the same. But the one I'm most interested is the bank, the hospital, and then the commercial bank or commercial hotel that is now a museum. I've been in the museum a couple of times. It's really, really cool. And then I went behind the hospital, which is now someone's home, and I took footage of that. It's kind of sad though. It just looks kind of a little. I don't want to offend anybody, but it looks a little junky, you know. But I will put a little bit of footage of that here.
I would not want to live there.
Imagine. Because I believe in ghosts. I don't know about you guys, but I most certainly believe in ghosts. Okay, so I didn't just clip this particular scene here. My camera had actually stopped filming abruptly, and I didn't even notice it because it was so quick, but it picked back up on a different slide or clip, I guess I would say. So yeah, I thought that was kind of creepy.
Demons, but that makes it scarier, I know.
Okay, I feel... Oh, I do have a little bit of footage in one of the team members that ended up, you know how she was talking about like the mask being pulled, and he basically like gave them permission to interact with him, and he was just like, yeah, if y'all want to talk to me. And then there was like a flashlight scene.
Yes, I was on the second night.
I have that footage.
You either said what or you are.
Hi guys, Future BB here, just adding in a little bit of commentary as far as what's going on. If y'all missed it, y'all can see a little glitch light to the left hand side of the screen, which is the gentleman's right hand side for him. But if y'all also hear a little bit of commentary, it is the investigators in the background viewing him from the cameras, and he's using the Ovilus to communicate with the spirit, and it says what or you are.
Give me a sign right now that you're in this room with me.
I might as well turn it off.
Give me something.
Alright, so here you can clearly see that whatever spirit this is, uses the flashlight to respond back to the gentleman in the video. I want to say that it's Travis, but I'm not for sure. But you can see that the spirit dims it, makes it glitch, makes it super bright, or makes it dim, and or just turns it off altogether.
There's something. Too bad he's oblivious to it.
Right.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, let's give me the chills.
So whatever spirit is in this thrift shop is definitely responding to him very well, although he's completely oblivious to what's happening on his right hand side, but it is responding to almost every request that he's asking for, and or you can see orbs flying around him.
Ah. That's a weird word.
Alright, so once again, the spirit is communicating to him through the Ovilus once again, and that basically sounds like a radio that is not picking up any station at all whatsoever, and every now and then he is able to pick out one of the words that it is saying. So one of them is saying off, and then you can see the light kind of flickering.
Off. Again. It's going. Where he's going.
So I hope that y'all didn't miss that, because that light completely shut off as soon as it said it's going or he's going. I'm not sure, but that was pretty crazy.
Can you show me? I mean, I can't see, but can you show my friends? I don't even know.
Yeah, so it was just crazy seeing like the flashlight, him telling him like, can you turn it off, and then they would turn it off. And then like as soon as he would ask something, you would see like orbs just flying in and out, or just very active.
What is your name? Sally. Immediately. Sally.
Alright, so shortly after Sally has introduced herself, she quickly becomes very sassy towards the gentleman, and she starts name calling him stupid, which it kind of gave me a chuckle when watching the live.
You. So you're calling me stupid? I've been very polite. I don't want to provoke. I've been very polite to you tonight.
Really crazy to watch, and once again, like, I'm just like, is this real? Like, is this real?
There was a part of the live where they have it's like a circle, and there's lights going around the circle, and so it can like use certain lights to point, basically.
Oh, okay, I see what that thing broke, right?
Yeah, I saw that. Like, he like had dropped it, I think, and like Travis, the dude was mad.
Someone was in the office trying to like
So he
move
was
it.
at one point he had like asked it to basically like, because it had turned on, and he asked it to turn, and so it pointed another direction. He's like, do a 360, and it did a 360. And he's like, well, point at the dolls, and it would like point at the dolls, and it was actually like listening. It was pretty crazy. The bunny seems to be like where it was the worst. I'd say go for the bunny. That's where like everything was going crazy, and like, and that doll that fell, I know they had tried putting like one of the devices on that doll and got nothing, whereas the bunny kept going, and so they moved the device off of the doll back onto the bunny, and they started getting a reading on it again. Super crazy.
I think we covered everything.
I think so.
I think that's it. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for having joined us for hashtag teatuesday. Be sure to check out the collaborators down below. And anybody is more than welcome to join. You don't even have to drink tea. You can drink whatever it is that you want, like, you know, what we did. And by the way, the drink was super delicious, guys. Thank you so much.
It was beat today, but
No, it was fine. It tasted really good. I'm a featherweight, so it works out for me. Yeah, I want to thank you guys for having spent time with us. I will catch y'all on the next one, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Okay, should we take a thumbnail?
what should we do?
Just look surprising. I'm just kidding. Were you ready? Okay.
Doing those clip people.
Okay, here we go.